All right, so I'm going to be showing you guys futures market recap using ES and NQ. So let's just get right into it. I start off on the daily time frame, and it doesn't tell me anything for today. And then from there, I zoom in to the 4 hour, and the same thing happens with the 4 hour, where it doesn't tell me anything. Then I go in the 1 hour to the 1 hour, and here I can like here, because it's like more zoomed in, I can like see some more things. So let's go ahead and see what we see. Yeah. All right. So coming into the open, there's this low, okay, and then obviously all-time highs. Obviously from there, there's this low, and then this pre-market low that there was. This was mainly what I had on the 1 hour. Um, and then same with NQ. I saw this as a possibility. Um, and then from there, we have this, and then all-time highs here, and not sure. Okay, yeah, and that. So that's all I have. Let's zoom in on the 15 minute. And okay, so cool. All right, so we're setting up for some pretty nice targets. So we're in a high time frame range here, okay, with good targets to the upside and good targets to the downside. I see us going both ways, but since we're very bullish, we are going to be leaning towards the upside a little bit more, right? And then obviously we had like an hourly gap here, but that's just far away. Price is not hitting that. So yeah, um, yeah, makes a ton of sense. Oh yeah, and then another thing. Oh no, it already took it. Yeah, on ES. Okay, yeah. So and then on the 15 minute for ES, there's this one. We have these two highs right there. So they're like kind of stacked. Highs and all that. And then same with Nasdaq, where yeah, pretty much all of this, like whether we go up or whether we go down, is dependent on this 5 minute gap. So if we inverse it, then I see it's going up, and then if we fill it, sorry, it's a 15 minute. And then if we fill it and go lower, then I see us going lower. It's just like a condition that I have, right? So yeah, all right, let's zoom into like, okay, so we're in the 5 minute now, and let's go around the open, which is 9:30. Not much on the 5 minute. A lot of just sideways moves, like a lot of like we have this new opening gap, then we move sideways for the overnight session, for the Asian session overnight. And then from there, I'm waiting for a move in either direction for New York. So all right, so we zoom into the 1 minute time frame, and 9:30 is just big move up, then big move up again, then big move up again. So we get 4 candlesticks up the first 4 minutes, right? So that's nice to know, but there's no trade here, right? It's fine though. It's all good though. It's all good because what does it do? We kind of break out of this like consolidation. We manipulate in one direction. So then you might want to might want to be looking for an inverse or no, a like yeah, like something to get filled lower. So lower, what I see is there's this 5 minute fair value gap right here on Nasdaq unfilled, and then same with ES. Okay. Um, and so I'm on the 1 minute, and I go right here. I'm waiting now. This I'm not gonna take this just blind inverse. That doesn't even make any sense to me. Um, I'm gonna prefer Nasdaq on this day. If they look the same, I'm taking trades on Nasdaq. That's just how it's gonna be for most of the times. Um, and so yeah, so basically yeah, NQ makes a big move up, and then it makes a 1 minute inverse down. Again, I'm not gonna take this either. If I'm gonna short, I'm gonna take a very quick 15 second time frame, like inversion to actually pinpoint the top. I'm not gonna take a 1 minute because usually what happens is we make a big 1 minute candlestick down, everyone goes in shorts, and then sometimes we might go a little bit down, and then we just go back up and resweep the same high because we're so bullish. But everyone's falling for it. Everyone's getting manipulated for it because they saw 1 minute inverse. Like, okay, that doesn't mean anything. So yeah, the 15 second in this case would be this. So this would be just the initial very um, riskier short, more aggressive play here, and then yeah, and then you could target the dude. You would target the 5 minute to the exact. Oh wait, no. Sorry, my bad. The 5 minute here has not been formed yet, right? So that's why. Okay, so that's why this is actually like risky because the 5 minute hasn't even been formed. You don't even know if there's gonna be a gap. So what would your target be? Just like nothing. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. It's just very risky. Like okay, I'm not. So then from there, we make a big move down lower. You could now this is actually a play that I see. This is actually a nice play that I see right here, and it's basically where, yeah, look, like okay, yes, hold on, let me make this fair. Yeah. So right here, 936. So we have I see like sort of an SMT, right? Right at 936. Yeah, right here. Okay, yeah. So then NQ makes a drastic move lower, it goes back up, and then we re-sweep this low. Okay. So we get this, what is that? 938.30, okay? ES is now, oh yeah, look at this. Yeah, ES barely makes a move lower, okay? But it still has these targets higher. It still has all-time highs to go take out, right? And there's also an SMT, right? Remember, because this is the 930, this is the 938.30, and it's like higher, right? But whatever. The main thing is that you guys can see that there's a divergence in these two correlated assets, right? And so this looks like a really nice like a nice trade opportunity because on ES nothing looks clean here, but on Nasdaq, don't get me wrong, on Nasdaq this looks really clean, okay? Because we get the resweep. So yes, this is risky. I'm not gonna take this. I'm not gonna take this. Okay. Now we go down. We get the resweep. We get up. Okay. You take this here. Boom. Stop loss. Honestly, stop loss doesn't even have to. Stop loss could be here because if we manage to go here, done. Just get me out of there, right? Honestly. So yeah, stop loss is right there, and then the thing about the take profit. It's just that you would probably hit break even here. I'm not gonna lie. Or no. Let me reiterate. Actually, let me reiterate this. The take profit would be when ES takes out all time highs because that's just the best target. And also all time highs would be a catalyst to cause price to reverse. So I don't want to be in a trade when that happens, which is why my take profit. It would be nice if it was at ES all time highs. My fault. Yep. Which happens. Where does it happen? Look, let's go pinpoint the exact point. So here, 944.30. Okay. Yeah. So 944.30. Okay. And as we see, we probably catch the exact top. Look, 944.30, right? So we catch, yeah. So 44.30. Yeah. I mean, we then exit. I mean, the problem is the exit isn't even a 1-to-1, but I guess what makes sense for here would be like go break even once, like I'd probably go break even once ES takes out a couple of those highs, and then I would just hold to like a 1-to-1. Like if ES takes out ES took out all time highs here, I'd wait till like just a 1-to-1. That's it, and then I'd get out, and then I'd time it really nicely, yeah, and then from there we see price comes lower. Yeah, so it comes lower, it refills this 5 minute, but it maintains the bullish. Well, no, I mean we're still bullish because we don't even inverse this 5 minute. And so it's just like you're playing. You're playing the range. So we go up, we go down, bang from there. If you see nice displacement higher, you can just take this long straight up. But then it's a break even. You would just hit break even here on this one as well. I'm not gonna lie. I also would not take the 5 minute. I wouldn't do that. What I would do is just the look. If we come back down, right, we're still bullish. Okay, we come back down. We fill this 5 minute. I'm now looking to catch the bottom. So look at this. Look. Go and see where's like the first 15-second inverse. You see this one here, right? So this here would be a nice point to go long off of. If after this we go lower, okay, I don't want to be in a trade, but this makes actual good sense for us to go higher. We've reached up this low. This actually makes sense for a nice entry. And then bro, targets. The last thing, targets. I'd probably target like that or something. Like nothing crazy. I'd probably go break even here, target that, and then let me see where like ES where it was looking at like right there. So ES right there was 10. Okay, so that's at 10. Wait, let me see the 5 minute here. So at 10, yeah, yes is still very bullish and whatever. So yeah, just play with the trend. Yes is bullish, boom, long, simple. NQ was more bearish, but it was never bearish. Like NQ is never bearish to begin with, either way. So there's no, there's no point of like trying to be short in this. Yeah, and that's it. From there, I'd get off because like if we've seen like multiple major swing moves now, like this was unexpected. This came out of nowhere, bro. This came out of nowhere. Like, okay, what are you supposed to do there? Okay. Another thing that I like to do though is after we see like really big like drastic legs lower in one direction, like this, right? Like this. This was news, obviously, right? Like this, right? Honestly, it's unfortunate we didn't take out this because now these are relative equal lows. But anyway, yeah, from there, like if you see like just the initial 50-second inverse will usually play out most times here. Yeah, it just will. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Those are just the best trades that I saw today. Yeah.